Dance musical. It has very, very few dance sequences in it. They're badly lit, badly photographed, badly choreographed, and you're quite right. The camera is so high on most of these people that you cannot go to this movie and find out from it how the lambada is danced. I don't have a clue how to do the lambada from having seen this movie. Then we get to the story, which involves teaching the poor kids how to find the cosine and use a protractor in order to line up their pool shots. This is like, I don't know if I want to call this movie clean dancing instead of dirty dancing, or it's like a remake of Stand and Deliver. Who in the world wants to go to a lambada movie that ends with a trigonometry bee? I mean, this movie,
Roger,
the audience that I sat there and saw it with, they were stunned. The last 15 minutes of this movie consists of mathematical questions.
I know.
Now, what does it have to do with anything?
They were stunned. I was stunned, and I thought, you know, this picture is obviously combining two wildly different things. First of all, I didn't even believe that they were in high school. When it said high school at the end, wait a second, I'm criticizing it now. When they said high school at the end, I was shocked. I thought it was college.
Every high school student in this movie is played by an actor who looks like he's in his 20s.
Absolutely. And I liked that about it. And what
why did you like that about it?
I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Sure you will.
Something that I said, the musical form.
Where's the music? That's the key flaw in your argument. The musical form overcomes everything. There isn't enough music, and there isn't enough dancing.
Can I ask you something? Were you bored by the picture, or were you captivated by it?
I was stunned by the picture. I was stunned that anyone would make this picture. I was stunned by the fact that
there are parts of it that are so bad, and there are parts of it that are strong, and I think you do know a little bit how to do the dance. You just get close and work out.
Gene, I knew that when I was 17 years old, and this movie doesn't know as much as I knew when I was 17. Now let's recap the movies about dancing or about trigonometry. Now let's recap the movies we reviewed on this show. 2 thumbs up for Pretty Woman, starring Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. The chemistry is warm and romantic. 2 more somewhat surprised thumbs up for Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer, able to do more with his ears and his sword than the average SWAT team. 2 more thumbs up for a shock to the system with still another sly and devious Michael Caine character. And another double thumbs up for The Fourth War with Roy Scheider as the Army's looniest loose cannon. Finally, a split decision on Lambada, the first dance-crazed movie with more math than dancing. Gene liked it with all of its faults. And Gene, this is the first time in a long time you voted thumbs up on all 5 movies, and you shouldn't have.
Well, talking that, I was exhausted. I was captivated by it with all of its goofiness and all of its faults. Pauline Kael once criticized us for knocking all these kung fu pictures because they do have a lot more energy than some of the stiff, bloated studio product. Same thing for this film. There is a raw energy
about Lambada, but come on now, wouldn't you recommend Pretty Woman or A Shock to the System?
Pretty Woman is the best film of all of them that we named, and then I'd say The Fourth War is an interesting psychological study.
Okay, and I would throw in Blind Fury. Anything, in fact, except Lambada. That's it for this week. Next time we'll be back with a special show in which Gene and I each select the 10 best films of the 80s. A decade in review next week, and until then, the balcony is closed.
Super 8 Motels with over 700 locations nationwide and the American Express card welcomed at all of them. Don't leave home without it. You can win a submarine in the Nestle Crunch Hunt for Red October sweepstakes and watch for the major motion picture starring
Hello, Insect. It is Monday, and some of
you hear that?
You are back at school, and to that I say, ha ha ha. Oh, that sucks. Sucks so bad. Anyway, let's jump into the first story of the day, and easily the worst story of the day, and that is that on Saturday, Congresswoman Gabriel Giffords was shot in the head, point blank with a gun, and survived. Now, I don't believe necessarily in miracles, but if I had scratch-off tickets, I would rub them on her body. That is the luckiest thing I have ever heard. But sadly, Giffords being alive is just the silver lining to the terrible situation that the shooter, Jared Launer, hit 20 people, 6 of them now dead. Those who died included a judge and a 9-year-old girl. And when you hear something like that, it breaks your heart. Really, you just put those families in your thoughts. But that, of course, couldn't be the only thing that happened in America, because the blood was in the water, and America had to be what America is. And tragedies, of course, became bullet points. First you have gun control, and I'm not even going to talk about gun control, but that's what everyone's trying to make this about, even though, let's be honest, if you really want something, you can always get it. But the person that's name has shown up the most, and is actually pretty far from the situation, is Sarah Palin. And that is because Sarah Palin released a political poster that showed crosshairs next to congressmen's names, one of them being Gabriel Gifford, along with the slogan, "It's time to take a stand." The political poster, of course, saying, hey, we need to take these seats back. All these Democratic freshmen took our seats. But, of course, everyone started criticizing her, like, hey, maybe not put crosshairs next to people's names, especially with the amount of hate that's spewed in politics. This, of course, paired up with her tweet, "Don't retreat, reload." Had Palin running around like crazy, deleting stuff off the internet, even though once it's on the internet, it's always there to show you what a douchebag you are. And just so everyone knows, I don't like Sarah Palin, but at the same time, I don't think Sarah Palin did it with harsh intent. That is essentially what politics has become. That is what we've allowed it to become. Politics has hit this upper echelon of mudslinging. You can't just say something negative about someone. Like you think that Obama is a big government liberal. You don't say that. They say, Obama is a socialist who wants to corrupt our country. If you vote Obama, old people will die. I mean, that's just politicians and media outlets churning up this sensationalized bullshit. And of course, the final thing everyone's talking about is, why would a kid do this? Let's look at our school. No, fuck this. I don't care why he did it. He was out of his mind. Fuck this kid. Easily put, this guy deserves the death penalty. I don't care if it turns out to be more expensive than just keeping him alive in prison for the rest of his life. I don't want him to find Jesus. You see evil, you squash it. You don't give them a story, you don't give them a book, because all it's going to do is affect the minds of impressionable kids that don't feel the love for mommy and dad anyways. Also a fun story is a tabloid called The World News wrote the story about how Facebook was going to close on March 15th, and apparently 1/3 of the internet, the stupid people, freaked out. If something's online, it must be true. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. That was dramatic reenactment. I don't mean to be mean, but literally, the story said, Facebook has gotten out of control, said Zuckerberg in a press conference outside his Palo Alto office. And the stress of managing this company has ruined my life. I need to put an end to all this madness. And so people read that and they were like, oh my god! And they went to Twitter and started Facebook fan pages. Don't end Facebook sucks! The main point of that story, people are stupid. That's why I love, like, when people listen to the show and then they actually check out the story that I was talking about. If I get something wrong, people call me out on it. I'm like, oh hey, it's a person. It doesn't just take something at face value. And everyone that does take everything I say as truth, you should buy my book that'll be out soon. Also, if you're a fan of Britney Spears, her newest song leaked out. Definitely not from her. Yeah, definitely wasn't leaked from them. But it is everywhere on the internet, and no one's taking it down. So, you know, it's a very serious leak situation. Then, of course, in super happy fun time news, fun fact, out of all the pregnancies that happen in New York, 41% of them are aborted. 41% of them. Like, literally, if I went to New York, impregnated 10 girls, 4 of them would be like, hey, do you have some cash for an abortion? Also, I can pick up some Zaxby's on the way back. That is insane. But funner fact, that's actually down from 46% in 2000. Wow, that's a whole lot of special. Now let me say this in advance. I am pro-choice. Personally, my choice would be to not do it, but I get why it's there. But holy shit, people, use a condom. If it breaks, get the morning after pill. Doesn't work, fall down some stairs. And I think these pregnancies happen for a lot of people just being really confused about sex. The first thing, never put 2 condoms on one penis. That doesn't work, because 1, they'll tear, and 2, if you ever actually whip someone that you think, hey, I should wear 2 condoms, just don't be with that person. That's a rule you should always follow. 2, pulling out while looking awesome isn't actually sex prevention. 3, find a nice way to look for open sores, like you have awesome teeth. Can you show me your gum? Or my favorite, how many teeth do you have? Which, of course, is just a variation of, hey, how do you spell your name again? It's Phil, P-H-I-L. Oh, I thought it was with an F. Oh, this is weird. So those are 3 rules to help you out. 41%. So guys, that's really everything that mattered to me this Monday. Really quick note, the winner of the Flip Vino HD from Wednesday will be receiving a message in their inbox, so look out for that. And because I have no imagination whatsoever, and there were so many requests for another one, same rules as last Wednesday's show. On this video, leave a comment like you normally would about any of the stories or whatever you were going to say. I love Bill and Cheetos. I don't care what it is. I mean, don't spam me. I hate spam. And then favorite the video. The random number generator will select the number. We'll find the comment that coincides with that number, and you will be the winner of, because I have no imagination whatsoever, of a new Flip Vino HD. Again, yeah, one more. So, could be cool. If you want to start getting into videos, just something I wanted to start doing to give back to you guys. But guys, of course, as always, my name is Philip Franco, and you have been filled in, and I will see you tomorrow. I am so sorry. sweaty. Just cold. And her eyelashes are huge. It's huge. The biggest eyelashes.
I like this.